It's the Pacific Northwest Geek here, back with day 7 of WildEye week. And the movie I have chosen for my 7th and final review for WildEye is Death by Metal. This movie, made in 2019, was, well, I was hoping it would be a hell of a movie to watch, and it delivered. And at times, oh boy, did it deliver! Now, this was, got my notes here, directed by Tim Connery, who also wrote this along with Kevin Copus. Stars Alex Stein, Grace Mellon, Andrew Jessup, and Trent Johnson. Now, the story is that this is a guy named Father Milton Kilborn, who as a child had a run-in with 3 headbangers who, while 2 of them held him in place, the third urinated on his Bible. Now he's an adult and a minister at a church, and he has this huge hatred of metal. And it shows at the, when you can see him as an adult, he goes off on how bad it is. And you see that one of the people during his, he's given his, whatever they call it at church. It's been a while since I've been to church. It's this guy named Zane, played by Alex Stein. Zane is kind of the lead singer of a death metal band called Withered Jesus. And yes, death metal is, well, the metal in this movie. And in one day, the two end up having probably the worst day imaginable. Zin is kicked out of his band, finds out quite rudely when they show up, and he shows up for a practice, a rehearsal, and then the new singer shows up. Then he gets dumped by his girlfriend, who he finds out is now banging the new lead singer. At the same time, because of what Kilborn's been doing, he is pretty much removed from his post as a minister there, and they want him to get psychological help. He also gets told the story by the main guy there at the church about something about he was in, forget what country it was. He said he was doing a special religious thing there, and some guy in the village there they call a living exorcism. Basically, he caught his wife cheating, and he killed them both. And you get this little animation scene of him cutting the woman's stomach open and her intestines falling out. And then also he says that he was given these gifts, this wooden cross. They took some tree branches and made this wooden cross and this nice, kind of cool looking robe. And, well, after everything has happened, Zane is trying to figure out, okay, what he's going to do now. And he gets talked to go into what's called the biggest, sorry, I might be hearing my Xbox, I'm doing some work on it. The biggest, death metal show, which the guy in charge of it has this little kid with him, who is his son, I guess, and he's trying to teach the kid to be metal. He even gets the kid walking around going, "Hey, is that death metal? Is that how you kill him, Dad?" But anyways, Kilborn, in a depressive state, goes to the church, and he's trying on the robes and stuff. He gets caught by the janitor, and he freaks out, and he kills the janitor, and then he goes on to have an accident where he hits a truck carrying toxic waste. The toxic waste pours on him, deforms him. He becomes mutated Kilborn, or as he likes to be called later on, Father Kilborn. He's not Milton anymore. He's Kilborn. At which case, Trent Johnson takes over playing the character for Kilborn. As he's bigger and stronger. There's a scene where he basically picks a guy up, and he's holding him with one hand. And there's another scene, perhaps the most disturbing kill in the movie. And they're having this concert. There's a pregnant woman at the bar. Just sitting there, you can see her belly. He walks up right to her, boom, thrusts his hand to her stomach, and rips her unborn baby out. So yeah, this movie does the scene like that tells you it doesn't exactly hold back at times. And he goes on and basically, he's going around killing anybody. He's mutated. He's lost it. He's insane. He thinks that he's there doing the service for God. Whew. I would completely suggest this movie, unless, of course, seeing a woman get an unborn child ripped out of her, and you get to see the bloody unborn baby, the fetus. That's the only it's relatively small. You can fit it in your hand, so that would disturb you. There's also the urinating scene. If you do not like seeing penises in movies, warning, when they do the urinating scene at the beginning, you get a close-up of a man's penis. Or at least, I don't know if it's his penis and one of his balls, or if it's a prosthetic. If it's really his nutsack and his dick, warning, it camera's right there, close-up of it. And also, damn, the man has a tiny penis and a great big ball sack. So I mean, whoo! You guys gotta see this movie. I mean, as you know, of all the movies, I mean, I loved FPS. FPS is still at number one, but man, this movie, which is my, because like I said, if I do have to do a tier, I should do a tier list. Oh, this is at number 2, but man, it's very close to knocking up FPS out of first place. It's on Tubi. I'm gonna put the link for it. I'll put the trailer too. Oh, this was something else. I would love to get a physical copy of this. I gotta see if they have it on WildEye's website because I really want to get a copy of this. This and FPS are the 2 movies I want to get a copy of out of all the 7 that I've seen. Because, woo, I had a hoot. But anyways, I gotta go edit this, and I have a couple other movies I gotta watch. And I probably will, once I go over the 7 movies, I probably will make a short video doing a tier list of how I would rank them. But anyways, I am Echo Zero, and I will see you on the flip side. Metal. Oh, and by the way, I'm more of a thrash metal guy. Never really got into death metal, but toodaloo, metal.